grinding hole because your strobe stopped. Genre of filmmaking, this is called an arm. Ta-da! Hey, I'm George Simian. I'm a commercial photographer who also teaches in Los Angeles, in a bunch of different places. Today we're doing a workshop for Sammy's camera. We're at Smashbox Studios in Culver City. The first principle of light that's very important is the idea of the light source itself. And talking about the natural world, I'm going to constantly refer to the natural world because that's what you do when you're making pictures. You're trying to make your pictures look believable. All my classes are limited to 12 students or less. Today we have a full class of 12 students. And the reason for that is that I want to be able to deal with each of them individually. So one second. So let's say it's a little too bright. Okay. Just a touch too bright. What are you going to do next?
I could change the F.
No,
or I could change the lighting.
Most of the people here are young emerging photographers. Some of them have quite a bit of experience using natural light, but artificial light, strobe lights, they are beginning. If you're using just an umbrella like this, we'll start with this situation. I'm even using my foam core wall here. I'm intentionally putting black on this side. It's the same effect as if we took the umbrella and Evans outdoors at night. There are always two parts to the class. One part is a seminar, a presentation, a demonstration. So a good piece of advice is to always shoot with fill. It's very easy in the software to make the shadows darker. It's possible, but it always gives very bad results to make the shadows lighter. And certain shadows, like let's say the really dark stuff over here, no matter what you do in software, if there was no exposure there, there's not going to be anything there later. And then the second part of the class is the hands-on, immersive learning where the students become photographers. So did you guys decide among yourselves who's going to go first, second, third? Well, pick a model. Okay. You got a...
Carolina, you can be my model.
There you go. So you got your subject. Yep. What you want to do is you want to back yourself up right up against this thing. And then you tell her how close or far you want her. Okay? All right. Wow, she looks great.
Yes, she does.
Everyone gets to play with the equipment. Everyone has a turn being the photographer, being the assistant, turning the knobs on the lights, being the model, experiencing what it's like to be in front of the camera. And by the end of the day, they'll have a hands-on, real experience of what it's like to control professional lighting. Shaping the light and creating images that are appropriate to the look they are trying to create in their own work. Think about shooting more tele. Can you zoom your lens more? Right. You know, think about shooting something like this, because obviously in the long run you can shoot anything with strobes. You can shoot products, you can shoot interior architecture, but when you shoot people, it's very easy for us as human beings to judge your exposure, because on a person you can really tell if it's too light or it's too dark. The best way to see what the class offerings are in the future is to simply go to Sammy's website. There is a tab, classes and workshops. Just click on that tab and you'll see a calendar, an upcoming calendar with lots and lots of events. You can pick and choose among them and find ones that are at a level that you're comfortable with and that deal with the phase of photography that you're interested in. Color on. So the softness of the light doesn't have to do literally with how big the light source is, but it has to do with how broad the angle is. Sammy's is the place to go to acquire hands-on experience with advanced equipment, but most especially under the instruction of a real working commercial photographer. The real value of coming here is that you have a live person. So your job is to interrupt me as often as you want and ask me a question.